Hello, welcome back to anatomy classes. Today we are going to revise X-rays in abdomen and pelvis. So the most important X-rays which are often asked for your practicals are, one is the Cub X-ray or a plain abdominopelvic X-ray, then barium meal and hysterosalpingogram. Here is the plain abdominopelvic X-ray in antero-posterior view, and this X-ray is exclusively taken to see for the renal caliculi or biliary caliculi, and it is often done for emergency surgical diagnosing during any acute intestinal obstruction, paralytical ileus, rupture of hollow viscus, and it is taken after preparing the patient. Usually the laxatives and purgatives were given to the patient 36 to 24 hours before taking this X-ray, and this helps to clear the colon and so that the rest of the impressions of the abdominal organs can be viewed. So it is also called, this X-ray is also known as Cub X-ray. Cub means K means kidney, U means ureter and B means bladder. So this X-ray is taken often to check any renal stones or ureteric stones in the urinary tract. So the bony structures which are appreciated in this X-ray are the sacrum. The center triangular bone is the sacrum, which continues below down as the coccyx. On the either side the iliac crest is seen, and along with the greater sciatic notch, and hip joint is also observed where the head of the femur articulates with acetabulum, and in the center the lumbar vertebra are seen along with the spines. On the either side of the lumbar vertebrae we can see the lateral impressions, lateral border of psoas major. So psoas major impression is seen clearly by showing its lateral border, and apart from psoas major we can also see the lower ribs and impressions of the liver on the right side, and fundus of the stomach on the left side, and spleen may be also be seen on the left side, and impressions of the coils of the intestine and the gases present in the large intestine may also be seen in this X-ray. This is the contrast X-ray of barium meal. Barium is a radio-opaque substance, and because of its high molecular weight. The barium sulfate is harmless to our human body, and it doesn't dissolve in the water completely, where it forms just a suspension or emulsion in the water. So as soon as when the subject is made to drink, we can view the stomach and the first part of duodenum as duodenal cap. So this is called as barium meal. And the subject preparation for the X-ray, the subject is asked to fast for 10 to 12 hours for not having any liquid or solid diet. So early mornings are the better option to do this X-ray, and 300 to 400 cc of 5% of barium sulfate is given to the subject or patient. And as soon as the person drinks the barium, we can view the stomach and duodenum. So the uppermost part of the stomach here, which is filled with the air, that is called fundus of the stomach. Fundus of the stomach is usually filled with the gases. And the J-shaped stomach, which is empty stomach, we can see the body and pyloric part of the stomach, and ending up forming a cap-like structure which is called as duodenal cap. The first part of the duodenum forms the duodenal cap because the mucosal folds, the circular mucosal folds in the first part of duodenum are not prominent. So because of the absence of circular folds, the duodenal cap is well formed. The rest of the duodenum if we see, it appears to be feathery in appearance and floccular in appearance because of the circular mucosal folds. And barium meal X-ray, the indications of barium meal, it is taken if there is any dysphagia or any gastroesophageal reflux disease, to identify the hernia of the stomach into the thorax through the esophageal hiatus of diaphragm, and if there is any persistent epigastric pain, and the duodenal ulcers. In the first part of the duodenum is the common part which is prone for peptic ulcers. So if there is a duodenal ulcer, due to the disruption of mucosa, the duodenal cap won't be formed properly. So these are some of the clinical indications where we take the barium meal X-ray. So it is a contrast anteroposterior X-ray to see the stomach as well as the first part of duodenum.
X-ray is also taken to view the esophagus. Part of the esophagus is seen. Esophagus is best viewed in barium swallow, and rest of the alimentary tract can also be viewed with the successive radiographs with different time intervals. Barium sulfate, which is the contrast medium, it reaches the ileocecal junction 3 to 4 hours after intake of barium sulfate, and it reaches the hepatic flexure of colon 6 to 7 hours, and it reaches the splenic flexure of colon 9 hours after the barium sulfate intake, and it reaches the sigmoid colon 16 hours after the barium sulfate intake, and it gets evacuated from the alimentary tract around 6 to 24 hours, and some parts of the barium sulfate may remain in the large intestine for several days. So contraindications of barium sulfate, if there is any suspected rupture of the intestine, it is contraindicated in post-operative leak. So this is the contrast X-ray of hysterosalpingogram, which is taken antero-posteriorly. Hysterosalpingogram, hystero means uterus, salpinx means tubes. So to view the uterus and to observe the patency of the uterine tubes, this X-ray is taken. It is particularly useful in the cases of sterility and to prove or disprove the patency of uterine tubes. And the outlines of the uterine cavity is also observed. It appears to be triangular in shape, apex directed downwards. On the either side near the angles, the uterine tubes will arise, which take up a tortuous course. The peritoneal spill of the contrast medium is the sign of patency of fallopian tube. So the contrast medium which is often used to take the hysterosalpingogram is lipidol. Lipidol is an iodized oil. Approximately 6 ml of opaque medium is injected through the internal os of the cervix by inserting a tight cannula. The best time to take this hysterosalpingogram is initial 5 to 10 days of menstrual cycle. So the indications are to check the patency of the uterine tubes and to check any congenital anomalies of uterus like uterus diadelphys or septate uterus or unicornuate uterus or bicornuate uterus. So all these congenital anomalies can be seen in this X-ray. I hope you all understood about these 3 X-rays. Like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell button for further notifications. Bye.